The game of Dungeons and Dragons has been around since the early 70s, is played by an estimated 5 million people. It is also the target of a group of concerned parents in the United States who call themselves B.A.D.D, B-A-D-D, bothered about Dungeons and Dragons. The reason they are bothered is because they believe the game has been involved in a number of murders and suicides across the United States and now in Canada. At the trial of a 14-year-old boy who admitted to strangling a young Orangeville, Ontario girl and her brother, it was revealed the accused had been playing the game for 18 months, had in fact been a dungeon master of his own group for 5 months.
Dungeon Master and Dwarven Sword Master, hobgoblins, dwarves, elves, and halflings are some of the characters and terms used in this very complicated and controversial game. We'll talk about the controversy in a moment, but first this report by Carol Jerome, who went to one of the games of the Toronto Dungeons and Dragons Club.
It's a fantasy role-playing game, and it's a refined version of the pretend games we all play as kids. The books tell how to play, describing all the kinds of characters the player can be, and the monsters that will be met on each imaginary adventure. Some players, like these boys, like to make up their own fantasy voyages. There's no board or pieces, it's all in the imagination.
And you find 6 skeletons on the ground. What do you do?
Daniel Green is the dungeon master who guides the play.
Can I do something?
Yeah, hold it.
I've ring of 2 wishes, and I'm going to wish that the door opens.
In this game, for example, Ole plays the role of a cavalier named Fallinger Bandrask. Mike is a fighter, and Erwin is a paladin.
Okay, we're going to go the other way.
You're going to go the other way?
Okay, let's try the other corridor.
Well, okay.
The dungeon master takes them through a strange castle this time, and they must respond to each situation he describes according to their characters, all of whom have prescribed qualities of strength and wisdom, certain powers and magic. When they encounter dragons and other evils, the battle is decided by an intricate scoring system and by these special dice.
Still, Milan, you missed. You see what looks to be a beautiful way to escape. You can just go straight down this corridor and go outside.
I'm going to walk out.
You're going to walk out. A black exit out of your game. You have just died, went into another multi-universe, no longer existing. Your character is permanently, forever destroyed.
You don't owe me, just expect the same in return. I got to save my life sometimes.
You just got wiped out.
Okay.
It is not only the violence in the fantasies, but the quasi-religious character of the game, with mystic figures who use holy water and magic spells, all woven in arcane language like a secret society, that gives this game a special quality that captivates players and worries some others. But the boys say it's just a game for them, an exciting voyage of imagination.
5.
Not quite. What's your strength?
The manufacturer makes some interesting notes on this. It warns the players not to get themselves confused with their character roles. And it says that the point of this game is not winning and it's not killing. It's having the adventure. Each player wins by having fun, says the manual. So if you can have a good time, you win. You can have fun even if your character gets killed. And if that happens, don't worry. You can always make up another one. For Midday, I'm Carol Jerome in Toronto.